Hi friends, just a quick message. If you are enjoying the content of this channel and you think you would like to take the time to support me, anything is appreciated, even $1 a month if you want to. Check out the link down below. Patreon. Thank you. Namaste and enjoy your meditation.
Welcome to Cory's Conscious Living. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that you're laying down in bed, you're comfortable and relaxed. Everything is good in the world. You've probably had a busy day and now it's time to be still and quiet and try and listen as much as you can to the story. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya were camping. They'd gone to Yosemite Creek campgrounds for the weekend. They were beyond excited. This was the first time that they had ever been camping. They were camping in a little tent with their owners. They pitched their tent. They were not like completely rural camping where you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no one around. It wasn't like that kind of camping. This was a campsite, so there were other campers at the campsite. And there were showers and things like that. But the showers and the toilets were quite a walk away. Anyway, let me explain. They were camping, right? They were right by the river. It was a beautiful river, a river that was clear and sparkly blue and crystal clean, and everything smelled good because they were in the middle of the forest. It was delicious. The weather was perfect. The sun was shining. There was a little bit of a breeze, so it wasn't too hot. Everything was just right for their very first camping trip. And what made it even better, on the camping plot next to them were two new friends, Holden and Emilio, two little boys that had gone camping with their parents. And they were super cool boys. They liked to swim, they liked to have fun, they liked to do campfires, they liked to do all the things that Heidi, Cherry and Vaya were very, very excited about doing while they were camping. Because, you know, when you think about camping, you think about campfires, you think about s'mores, you think about all sorts of cool things like sitting around the fire telling stories. And Holden and Emilio were perfect because they were going to be available to tell stories and do things with them. Heidi was the first one to introduce herself to Holden and Emilio, and then she told Holden and Emilio all about Cherry. She explained that Cherry was a little bit crazy, but she was lots of fun. Sometimes she could be loud and, yes, very, 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 very crazy, but she was still lots of fun and very sweet. And then she told them all about Vaya and how Vaya was a younger cat and she loved princesses and she was a little bit nervous about camping. The boys met all of the cats and the first thing that they did were paddled in the river. It was cold and fresh and very, very nice. The next thing that the cats wanted to do was possibly go for a hike. The families all agreed and they all went for a hike together. On the hike, they met this awesome porcupine, a porcupine named Lily. Lily was very interesting. She just stood in the middle of the hiking path and didn't move at all, like she had no fear. Cherry said, OMG! What's that? What's that thing in the middle of the path? I've never seen anything like it. It looks like a giant, I don't know, some kind of giant rodent, but it's all spiky and stuff. Lily automatically turned around and said, Hey, are you talking about me? I'm not all spiky and stuff. I'm absolutely perfect. I am a little bit spiky, but my spikes are for a reason. They're for protection. Do you have a problem with that? Cherry instantly liked her. No, I like your spikes. I see what you mean now, because, you really couldn't, try and do anything to harm you, because those spikes will, spike anybody that touches you. Lily said, Yeah, right, exactly. So no one messes around with me, because I'm spiky. But I'm spiky in a good way, right? Cherry said, Yeah, of course. You're not going to spike us, are you? Because that wouldn't be very nice. Lily said, No. I don't just spike people for any old reason, you know. I only spike things if they try and harm me, like you said. I protect myself. I don't attack. Right, said Cherry. Well, in that case, this is our new friends. This is Holden and this is Emilio, and they're very nice boys. And as you can see, they're not that big, so please don't spike them. Lily said once again, I've told you already. I use my spikes as a defense. I never attack. The boys introduced themselves to Lily, and Lily told the boys that she was called Lily, and they had a very nice conversation. But then it was time to move on. They carried on hiking. The trees were green, all different types of trees. They were lush and they smelt really, really good. You could smell the leaves on the trees. It was so fresh and clean in Yosemite Creek. Then, off in the distance, Vaya spotted something. It was way in the distance, but still she spotted it. Everyone, me not go forward, me stop right here. Everyone paused and looked at what Vaya was looking at. Off in the distance, it looked like a big black animal. OMG! That's not what I think it is it? Heidi said, Shh, everyone be quiet. I think it's a black bear. Oh my God, we're gonna get eaten. Oh my gosh, I think black bears can eat you, can't they? Can they eat you? Or is that grizzly bears? Or is that brown bears? I think all bears can eat you, right? Because the bears eat people and cats, and they eat donuts, and they especially like beer, and I've heard that they really like beans, and you never guess what? We have beans. But we don't have beans with us because we all have beans at the campsite. But we do have beans, and I think we might get eaten. I smell really good all the time. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get eaten by a black bear. Heidi said, No, just wait. Let's just stay here and see what the grown-ups do. Let's see what the owners do. The owners decided to keep their distance, obviously, from the black bear. But the black bear noticed everyone, and it happened to be very, very friendly. It shouted from way over where it was. Hello, my name's Sammy. Are you coming over here to collect berries, or possibly some kind of fruit, or do you have any beans or beer? Come on whatever. I'd be happy to talk to you about the forest. I know everything about this forest. I know everything about the lake. I know everything because I live here." The cats were listening. The adults didn't seem to notice that the black bear was having a very long conversation, and they didn't seem to understand it. To the adults, it just seemed like the bear was kind of going, but the cats understood. And even the boys, Holden and Emilio, understood that the bear, called Sammy, seemed very nice and was exceptionally interested in whether or not they had berries, fruit, baked beans, or beer. Of course, they didn't have any of those things, so Heidi said, "My name's Heidi, and we don't have any of those things, but I'm sure you're a very nice bear, Sammy, and sometime, maybe possibly in the future, if we come back here again and we come on this hike and we pass by you, then maybe we'll be able to stop and chat. But right now it looks like our owners and our parents don't really want to do that. So, you have a good day, okay?" Sammy said, "Well, okay." And they kept on hiking. They had a lovely hike. It was really nice. They only hiked for maybe an hour or so because, Holden and Emilio weren't that old. They couldn't walk forever. When they got back to camp, they ate. The cats had tuna, which were their favoritist food, and the boys over on the other camp plot had their lunch, and then they did some more paddling and possibly some swimming and maybe some activities around the river, and then it came to night time. But by this time, Vaya had a problem. She'd not gone all day to the bathroom, and she needed to go to the bathroom. Cherry said one of her favourite things about camping, or that she'd heard about camping, was that you can swim, you can do campfires, you can sing songs, you can hike, and my favourite thing I want to try is nature potty. You can nature potty. Vaya said, she shook her head. "Me no like the sound of that. What does nature potty mean? Me don't think I want to be nature pottying." Cherry said, "No, it's awesome. You get to just potty outside wherever you want. Well, I would imagine there's still some rules because you can't just go potty anywhere. But I would imagine you can just go potty behind a tree or something, or maybe dig a ditch and go potty, or if you really, really want to walk for a long time, then you could go to the toilets and the showers and potty. But I think you should just try it, Vaya. Try it. Go nature potty. I bet it's awesome." Vaya was absolutely distraught at the idea of peeing or doing anything outside in nature. She was a princess after all, and, she really did prefer her cat litter box. She said, "Me no likey the idea. Me, what if I, no. And she tried very hard to get her head around the idea of going potty outside. Nature pottying was, after all, part of what she thought, or Cherry said, was part of camping. I wonder if everybody that goes camping goes nature pottying. She was a bit stressed and a bit upset, and luckily, one of her owners decided to take her the long walk to the bathrooms, so Vaya could actually potty in a nice potty place. That night, they made a campfire, and the two families sat around the campfire. Cherry sang a song. Campfires! Campfires are my favourite thing in the world. Watch the flames do their thing. Let's do s'mores and maybe potatoes, and we can can melt cheese, and we can do things on the campfire. My favorite thing in the world. Everyone thought that Cherry's campfire song was not very good, but no one told her. The boys sung songs. They were much better at it than Cherry. Heidi sung a song, which was very, very nice. It sounded like something that she'd learned when she did the Scouts or something, because it was very, very campfiring and very appropriate. They had a lot of fun. It was a really awesome adventure. And when they came to sleep in their tent, that was fun too. They made sure they hugged the boys, Holden and Emilio, good night, wished them well, sweet dreams, all of that good stuff. And then they went in their own tent and started to get settled down and ready for bed. What was wonderful about their tent was it had like a clear window in part of the tent at the top, so they could lay there and look at the stars. The sky was very, very clear, and you could see the stars shining really, really brightly in the sky. Not like when you're in the city and the stars don't look so obvious. Here in the forest at Yosemite Creek, the stars were bright, the brightest stars that they'd ever seen. They decided as they were falling to sleep that they would count the stars, as many as they could see through the night window in their tent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 900, 950, 951, 1,000. They eventually couldn't count the stars anymore. They drifted off into sweet dreams, with the smell of the forest and the sounds from the different animals. There was people talking in the background, far-off voices that made them feel like they were out in the wilderness, but they were not completely alone. And they slept and slept and slept and had the bestest, sweetest sleep that they'd had for the longest time. Nothing like sleeping outside in the nature. Outside underneath the stars and the moon, feeling connected to the earth. It was the bestest camping trip ever. And they made 2 new wonderful, awesome friends. Now, how cool is that?